Hey, what's going on, guys? Brandon here with Texas Revving and making a little video that's totally unplanned. My buddy Noah and I were out here at the ranch. You got a truck that I think would be kind of a fun comparison with mine. So, Noah, walk us through your truck real quickly.
Yeah, so this is a 2021 Ford Raptor. It's a 37 pack. The only thing I've got done to it is I've got a goose tune from Winfield. Awesome guy. I've had a Gen 2. I've had goose tune on it. It changes the truck completely. Shifting's faster. The truck's faster. And I've also got Geyser springs, which raises the front end up, levels it out.
Hey, if you guys are new around here too, this is my 2024 Raptor R. I think this was mostly going to be talking about the engine differences and like talk about is the 700 plus horsepower usable, especially for the Raptor's intended purposes, like being off-road and all that good stuff. So I came slightly prepared last night, just in case we were going to make a video. Got some notes down on my phone here. So some differences changed because you got a 2021, so more direct would have been like another 24, 37 pack. We'll talk about value here too. I'm still gonna lead with value because that's the number one thing people want to discuss as well, probably with these. But a 3.5 Raptor now, F-150 Raptor anyway, starts at $81,230. The 37 pack now start at $92,700. And the R start at just a tick over $113,000. So there's a $31,925 and a $20,455 difference depending on that. But this is 21. And you can't get a new 21 anymore. So talk about your truck. How much you pay for yours?
Yeah, so it had 25,600 miles when I got it, and I got it out the door with tax, title, license for 72,000. So
okay. That's Texas tax too.
Texas tax 6.25%. Yeah. The other reason why I got a 21 and I didn't get a 22 or a 23 is 21. What I've heard is it has everything optioned on it.
Yeah.
They started taking stuff away from COVID and everything, and then 23s and up aren't tunable yet.
You know, being the owner of this, I won't be biased. I've always said from like the day I rolled off the lot with this, I always said it's going to be diminishing returns.
Yeah.
So going along with that is the horsepower. Factory is what, 450?
Yes. And
then the 2023 year model was about 700 horsepower, I think, on these, and the 2024s plus are 720 horsepower on the Rs. 270 horsepower difference on that as far as torque, 640 pound-feet, 510. As far as weight, this guy here is 5,950 pounds. The 3.5 now should be 5,863, but yours, I looked at it, and it's just a tick over 5,700 pounds. All right, video's not quite going to plan. Got interrupted with some weather, so just in case there was hail, we had to scurry real quickly, but we're back at it. All right, where were we? Talking about acceleration times. So if you look online, anyway, Google AI says that the Raptor R does it in 3.6 seconds, 0 to 60, which real world, I think people are getting like low 4s in perfect conditions. So not too bad. Versus, they say on 3.5, it's 5.2. Generally speaking, probably a good second and a half separating the two. Yeah. Towing capacity, I don't know if you buy one of these for that, but there's a 500 pound difference in favor of the R. Other than that, some just important things to know. I was getting there. That's hail. Oh, that's hail.
All right, and hopefully that's the last adjustment. We had to get the trucks under the canopy. We thought we heard some hail coming down. Maybe it was pea-sized, maybe it wasn't. Anyway, hopefully it's letting up finally now. The last thing I wanted to mention was just fuel economy. If you're already looking for a Raptor for fuel economy, I think you're in the wrong, but what are you getting?
With the tune on 37s, 12.3, 12.4. But
you're driving hard?
Yeah, I drive.
Okay.
I drive like a banshee.
Personally, I get to tick 13 miles per gallon on this when I'm trying my absolute best. I'm trying my absolute best going to and from the gym. I think I got 12.7 or something. I'll put on the screen here. That's the best I could do. Once I go off-roading, I'm probably in the 11s or something like that. That's combined highway and all that stuff. That's if anyone out there cares. I doubt you do.
I just realized we might be doing all this video all for ourselves and this won't make it on YouTube. So it's been nice, boys.
Well,
yeah, I mean, whatever, it's fun.
It's fun.
Yeah, the reason I say that is it's still pouring pretty good, so I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to hear anything. So I got these mics on us. We got this camera, that camera, these mics. Maybe it'll come together to be a good video.
It'll work.
All right, we're gonna start off in Noah's truck. Keep it in rear-wheel drive, and we'll just turn traction all the way off. And with these conditions, I might need to go into 4. Might need to turn it back on, but we'll start with this until it gets us in some trouble.
Yeah.
So the funny thing is, the whole point of this video was talking about like the difference between the two trucks and seeing, you know, how much of the R is usable and all that stuff. And now it's just, the conditions are like this, so it's really gonna be probably more diminishing returns than I even expected. But nonetheless. Oh yeah, you just turned this into a little drift car. So that's the beautiful thing with the wet is it's an instant 300 horsepower upgrade.
Yeah.
Right now this is feeling way more powerful than the R with these muddy conditions.
It ranges a little bit.
Just a little bit. My gosh, look at this. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be the slowest slide ever here.
Dude, the slowest Gymkhana ever. Oh my gosh. All right, you guys can tune out if you really actually wanted like a really comprehensive comparison between the R and a 3.5.
Yeah.
But if you guys just want to see a couple Raptors do some dumb things, then stick around. But this is not going to be a conclusive video comparing
Hey, we're just having fun.
the capabilities. And the Weather Channel called for none of this still.
Yeah.
You know what? Might be worth 4-wheel drive for now.
I'm down.
We like getting the tail end out, but let's see.
It is raining.
Yeah, it is. It's not stopping anytime soon, it looks like. So we got traction off, but we're in 4 high now. So now it introduces a little bit of understeer.
Yep.
Oh boy. You gotta love these trucks though, man.
Oh, they're so much fun.
Dude, it's so funny because like for the year I've had my R, I've probably gone in 4-wheel drive 4 times, and 3 of those times were to get out of a stuck situation.
Yeah. I mean, in my Gen 2, I was never in for 4 high.
Same. Gen 1, all the miles I put on that, only ever to see what it's like for a split second or to get out of a stuck situation.
This is the first time in my ownership this truck's been in 4 high, so.
Oh, really? Usually gets pretty sketchy around here, but it's actually doing okay.
These springs were put on literally 3 days ago.
Oh, really?
So they got to break in a little bit. So
Yeah.
it's a little stiffer than normal, but
Yeah, I don't think today's the day we're finding out about
Yeah.
suspension comparison. We're not hitting anything fast because we can't even get speed built up.
I am aired down a little bit. So I'm like,
are you?
I'm at 30, 34 and 35.
Are you? Okay.
So, I mean, that's a little better.
Yeah. Here, we'll
Oh
take
my.
this with a little bit of speed to compare it with. That felt really good. I wanted to drive it enough to like see if I could tell a difference with the dual eye valve and all that, but I think it'll be kind of tough to drive it enough to.
I can,
By the way, you can't use adaptive cruise control right now.
yeah, I can feel the difference in your truck.
You can.
Yeah.
Little 4-wheel slides are fun. Yeah, I really don't have a whole lot of road time with 4-wheel drive, really.
Yeah.
But it's kind of necessary right now. Like we're already going a couple, like 3 times the speed that we were on the way in.
It's hard to stay on the road. That feels pretty good.
Feels really good. You wanted a car wash? Look at this puddle.
Yeah, my
Oh.
detailer is going to be getting my truck this week.
There we go. Hey, that sky's coming out a little.
Yeah.
I think we might be rounding out the weather.
We're going to have mine all in the rain and his in the clean. Like,
Oh,
oh, the
why
ride is so much better.
Why is mine so much faster? Damn. All right, we went back to still all traction off, rear wheel drive. Right now, we haven't even driven my truck yet for this video, but driving mine earlier today, I will tell you, today really heightens the whole thing I've been saying with diminishing returns. You'll never get the benefits of the upgrade power, I would say, off-road. Maybe if you're in real drive and, you know, it's a dry day and you're kicking up a lot of dust. What I found out is maybe, especially if I'm in paddle shift mode, I might be in too tall of a gear, but the power just will get the tail end out. So it depends on your driving style. You and me, I think, are similar. We want to like go oversteer and get the tail end out of like a big high-speed turn, and that's what Raptors do better than anybody else. If you want to climb, you go get something else, rock crawl. But that's the Raptor stuff, is the high-speed stuff and just getting the tail end out because they're so wide they could do it. That being said, that's the only time that power is great on the road. Yeah, it'll keep up with a bunch of supercars or sports cars anyway, and that's fun. Off-road, the only advantage I could tell is, oh man, I really wanted to drift that. I planned it poorly, then bury the throttle, and I'll do it anyway. That's what I could really tell, and maybe with the 3.5s, or even my Gen 1, for example, maybe you want a little bit more momentum leading into that.
It takes some of the planning out. You can
Yeah.
just, oh, I crap, I forgot.
This right here is one of my favorite angles to get oversteer, and if I plan it wrong, I'm like, oh, screw it, bury the throttle, and then I'll do it
You'll
again.
cut it, yeah.
So that's maybe the other difference, but if you're actually just trying to, I don't know, set a lap time on the dirt, I mean, come on. I don't know if that's someone's actual positioning.
Just
but
to have fun.
Yeah, totally having fun, and you're getting the tail end out with this, whether it's dry or rainy.
Yeah.
Come on now. Oh yeah, look at that blue sky wanting to come out now. Watch out for the big rocks. Dude. And I will say too, man, as a total like V8 snob, Gen 3s has been sounding pretty good.
And
I think, I don't know, some people always just want V8. I always thought that, what is it, the trombone exhaust or whatever, got some 4GT in there.
Now, I always wanted to get an exhaust in my Gen 2. I just never did because it sounded too ricer.
Sure. I
These
agree.
actually sound pretty good, and we're not even in Baja mode. Like, we have the exhaust on
Oh, you
normal.
have the exhaust closed?
Yeah.
Oh, let's go to
so
the
you can
Baja.
click it to Baja, and it's going to get louder.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I've been missing out.
It sounds good.
Yeah, it sounds really good.
Cold starts
Yeah.
with Baja mode open is...
I'm totally convinced the EcoBoost Raptors are louder than the R by a
Yes,
lot. I think
yes.
they choke up the R so much.
It sounds good.
Sounds really good.
It's just a fun truck to just slide.
Super fun. Look at that. Of course, the conditions right to do it. Seeing how aggressive the dirt's getting kicked up behind us is awesome. No, I mean, it's freaking awesome. Now, was it great condition to go get like some awesome impressions? Probably not. But man, it's a fun truck.
Yeah.
Super, super fun. That's kind of more fun while those torrentially downpouring.
Yeah, it's just, you couldn't see.
Look at this, dude. Texas in April and May is something else. There you go. Both of them would love to slide, that's for sure. Dude, it looks like a different day out here now. Look
It
how
does.
dark the clouds are.
Definitely getting more grip right now.
Yeah, that's just the R, you know.
Yeah. It's like we haven't like rutted it up for you already, you know?
I know. There we go.
We got all the silt off.
I might just go to 4 now just to get us where we're going first. Kind of quicker.
I noticed your suspension difference on the smooth stuff here.
Really? Right about here.
Yeah.
I'll be curious coming down like that one thing that we did
Yep.
on the way back, see what that feels like. I feel like, I said it before, just kind of like blown suspension from a vintage car kind of feel, but without the harsh stuff. Like it handles the big stuff well, but it almost seems like, I don't know, 10 yards past the bump, you're kind of still recovering
Yeah.
as far as how, I don't know.
It's like an old Lincoln. Like
Yeah,
you just,
exactly.
You're just bouncing for like 30 yards.
Which
after.
mentally is nice because you're like, yeah, suspension, right? But I say that, let's go through this right here.
So a big thing with that is too, is those geyser springs. They're progressive, so they make those. I'm not as bumpy.
yeah,
Okay. Or not as floaty after the fact.
yeah, okay.
So that's kind of where that comes from. My Gen 2 had iBox and they were really stiff.
Okay.
And I actually like the sporty feel. It feels like you're digging yourself a hole some faster than.
I think so, for sure. It's just like this, I learned that if you want to, if it's dry, then go ahead and floor it and
Yeah.
that'll be great. But in conditions like this, I'm using so much less throttle because I have like other time in trucks like yours and 37 or 35s or whatever. And what's kind of fun is you're using more of the throttle, and this one in these particular conditions, wide open throttle just gets us going nowhere.
Yeah.
Just traction off and all that stuff too.
A lot of guys say that, like guys that have had R's and you know non-R's in Baja, they say like, hey, the R's got too much power for off-road.
It definitely
And,
can on damp conditions for sure. When it's
Yeah.
dry, it's like, okay, cool, better to have and not need.
Sure.
And then every great now and then you give it wide open throttle, traction off, rear wheel drive, and get this big slide out, and you're like, yeah, the power's good. In conditions like this, I'm like just moping around so slowly.
I like just mashing the throttle. Really.
Yeah.
Just smashing it. You know?
But if you like that, then you get more of that with yours.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
you just use it way less than you thought you would. You would think, oh my God, 720 horsepower. But that's really only good on the road, and then I end up daily driving mine, and I forget, oh yeah, it's got all that power until I pull out of my neighborhood, and some car behind me is like, oh no, I'm behind a truck. They try to get around me, and I floor it, by the way, slowest corner ever. Come on now. But I floor it, and then it keeps up with the pace of a GT350, and that's what's like the appeal. But I use that, gosh, every great now and then. You get one, hopefully, to do stuff like this, and you realize the power's so not necessary.
Yeah.
But it's cool. And if, you know, the TRX comes back with 750 horsepower, well, I wish that Ford made another R with 800, sure.
Yeah.
But it's, how much of it can you use? You could kind of rest easy at night knowing
There's
that
always
you
the
don't
Whipple
need it.
upgrade.
God. All right, and then at one particular spot, I kind of went somewhat quick in yours, and it felt really good.
Right here.
Right down here. And I have a feeling mine might kind of react a little longer. Kind of, right?
It has like 4 or 5 rebounds. Like
That's what I feel. Let's try to use some freaking horsepower. Gosh darn it. Here we go. Oh, dude, I feel like I'm just driving a boat right now. So much steering for such a little input. Ugh. Yeah, buddy. Come on.
That's a fun corner.
Usually. Dude, that's so much throttle down to go like not far at all. Fun, but terrible conditions.
Yeah. I mean, it depends on who you ask.
Yeah, for a comparison video, tough. Like I kind of already said, the only time I'm really going to appreciate the power on this is on the road. All right, this whole video has been unplanned, but I was editing the video and I'm like, you know what, as fun as that was, not quite conclusive enough because we are going no more than 10 miles an hour just in a mud pit. And as fun as that is, now we're on the road, so we could get a little bit more road impression. So I took up the driving time. Now on the road, it's all you, driving the 2 trucks. So we're in your truck now.
Yeah, I'm in Sport 2 high. I know some people do 4 high or 4 all.
Yeah, no, 2 high is what I like as well.
See how she goes.
Tires making a little bit of sound there too.
Yep.
So you did it from like going real slow. How about like coasting at like, I don't know, mid 50s or like 60 if you were to floor it from there?
Yeah, let's go to 55. We'll slide on to 55.
That doesn't feel sluggish at all from the passenger seat, certainly.
I mean, it moves.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's good.
For how much this thing weighs and 37s. I'm actually going to switch it to manual mode and see.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that'll be fun to compare.
Do 4th gear.
Feels pretty good. Yeah, it's got plenty of get up. Now you got me curious what it feels like without the tune, but yeah, that picks up pretty well. That's enough to get some impressions anyway. Want to try the R out?
Yeah, we'll give it a try.
Let's do it.
That's where that shines. That's not comparable.
Yeah, that's where it's just, okay, this went from a truck to, this keeps up with not just sports cars, but like really nice ones to even some supercars even.
Yeah.
Those shifts crack off pretty nicely too.
It's a smooth shift for sport.
Very, yeah.
You know, mine in sport mode, it kind of rocks you a little bit.
Yeah.
Which I like the sporty feel, but that was really smooth. Let's see. Wow. I think I need to make more money.
But the funny thing is, though, like I know the conditions were bad. I wish they were a little drier when we did go off road. And again, the only benefits you'd really tell off road is like, oh, cool, I could power slide it because I angled it wrong and whatever. On the road, though, this is the party trick. But then, to be fair, I've got almost 14,000 miles on it. Had it for just a tick over a year. That party trick I've shown. I thought I'd use the party trick more. I don't.
Yeah.
I will say, but when I do, it's all worthwhile. So, and it's never to like impress friends or whatever. It's always like some kind of situation where if I got in the lane and someone's like road raging going, big old trucks, I'm going to get around them. It's so funny to just outpace them.
That's the best.
It's so funny. Like a big old 6,000 pound truck just whining with the supercharger, just moving a lot of wind. It's real fun.
Not to hate on the V6. It's fast. A truck shouldn't be that fast.
Yeah.
This is
totally.
Just, on the road, this is just not comparable.
And again, like I don't want to say this and for anyone to take my word too seriously, as if Ford's listening for me for their R&D department.
Yeah.
This truck doesn't need to exist in the slightest.
Yeah.
But if they make a version with 100 more horsepower, will I want it? Yeah. It's just like this weird guilty thing that I have where like, okay, but I do want that model, even though it's not necessary.
Really appreciate letting me drive this though.
Dude, absolutely. Absolutely.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It's a Raptor. It feels the same.
Yeah.
It's just the on-road speed is a big difference.
Yeah.
From like, 10 mile an hour to 60, it feels it's faster for sure, but it doesn't hammer you like when you're at 55 mile an hour and you just step on it.
That I say is like where it's at. Yeah, that you're already rolling, you already got momentum. And I would say this too about, again, I'm going to save the majority of it for like its own video, but comparing the Ranger Raptor even, I feel like it's got enough low end. Up top, nobody's home. Yours isn't that case, but that's just where this is like really ridiculous to where like, oh, I'm already doing 60. How much more can it give? It's a big old truck. And the rolling races is where this thing would just beat things that are not even close to its class. Yeah. And that's where it's just hilarious.
Yeah, so if anyone has a Gen 3 with a 3.5, I would look into getting a tune because the top end's where the 3.5 lacks.
Okay.
And it really opened that up.
Gotcha.
It really changed it. So
cool. I don't know how informative this video was, but hey, it was 2 trucks going back and forth on and off road. Yeah. Some seat swaps here and there, so it was fun. Well, anyway, Noah, thanks so much, man.
Thanks, sir.
Cool. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.